Hey everyone, the Dark Knaik is here. Pádraic and Colm have been lifelong friends until one day Colm decides to sever the ties by considering him dull for him. Colm is a folk musician and feels that old age is catching him. Therefore, he wants to be remembered by people after he dies. So he concentrates on composing music. But Pádraic is unable to buy this sudden contort and repeatedly tries to break the ice, which later on has heavy consequences. The Banshees of Inisherin is an Irish black comedy film. The film is set on the fictional Isle of Inisherin, located off the west coast of Ireland, where the Irish Civil War is at the closing point in 1923. The film is shot on the attractive isles of Inishmore and Achill Island. The Banshees of Inisherin is an emotional drama that is not skeptical about reflecting on the dynamics of companionship. It is a well-thought signature of substance that roots in the mediocrity of dysfunctional distraint in a relationship. Let me forward you why the film is so noisy about the silent assassination of a friendship. Incident rather than a story. The films usually dramatize a story where the characters have to grow, meet their peak point, and proceed towards conclusion. This film dramatizes an incident of a life that occurs in a small community between the two, whose friendship was known by everyone there. The whole screen time is invested in the troubling impact of a sudden breakup. The film wishes to broaden the aftermath of severity. Death of agony. There are always human errors on both ends that builds ice between a long-lasting friendship. Some move on and others don't. Colm is calm for what he stands for, but Pádraic is broken. The significance lies in the attempts, and every time Pádraic meets disappointment. The writing could have been easily ridiculed in dramatizing this segment of endeavor, but the annoyance is well handled by bringing arguments, applying realistic humor, and directing Colm's silly ego that leads towards shocking consequences. Artistic tragedy. You have to be a very genuine storyteller if you are interested to present an emotional tragedy that occurs in a friendship, but not in some romanticism. The value of pain is subtle because angst of Colm is unexplainable. He warns Pádraic, if he bothers him again, he will cut his fingers. This madness for me is artistic because this kind of warning is a heavy reference to Vincent van Gogh, a famous Dutch painter who mutilated his left ear to seek attention of his painter friend Paul Gauguin. Being aware of his state of being a folk musician and how worthy are his fingers to play his violin, he still is unmoved about his foolishness to display. Togetherness. The British presentation of the lives in the countryside has always been sublime and rich. The Banshees of Inisherin is another example of working on aesthetics that gives you a natural feeling of togetherness. The British tone for the village and small talk settles so easily. The characters circulating in this small part do not require any introduction. It grows on the audience naturally. The local Garda, a publican, a physically abused kid, a post-mistress, and the old lady all fit and settle in the film so easily. Right. What is the Banshees of Inisherin? The title of the film is quite a collection of unused words, and thus sounds interesting. Inisherin, like I said before, is a fictional isle that is set on multiple islands, and Banshee comes from Gaelic folklore, a female spirit whose wailing is considered a dark sign for a family that one of them will soon die. So the physical appearance of Mrs. McCormick perfectly qualifies as one of the Banshees of Inisherin. The film carries technical brilliance in cinematography and direction. The film is strongly led by Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson as Pádraic and Colm. Their screen presence in their arguments is visibly astounding. The Banshees of Inisherin is not a story, but a moment of our life. And this is why it is so heartwarming and emotional from a human point of view. If there is a tangible form of self-destruction, it exists in the Banshees of Inisherin. I'm Knaik.